Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa, and in today's video, we're going to be getting into your month ahead outlook for the upcoming month of July. So we'll be working with both tarot and oracle cards in this reading, as well as charms and dice. As always, if you guys like to skip ahead to charms and dice, I will have that time stamped in the description box down below so that you can skip ahead to that part if you choose. But basically, we're just going to be looking into what is ahead for you for the upcoming month of July as the energy stands today. Getting into our disclaimers, do keep in mind that this is a general reading. So because of that, sometimes when you watch these pick a card readings on YouTube, you may find that certain messages resonate more specifically than others. That's totally normal, totally okay. As a best practice, if anything ever feels confusing to you in any of these general readings, or if it just doesn't feel like it fits for your situation, don't spend a lot of time dwelling on it. Don't try to force it to fit if it just doesn't fit for you. Just release it, let it go, and accept that that message was likely for someone else out there in the collective that chose your specific group. If you guys did want to book a personal reading with me, all the details on how you can book one will be linked in the description box down below. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our reading selection. Today we have a choice between three groups. If you're drawn to group number 1, we will be working with this little piece of pink Himalayan salt. If you're drawn to group number 2, we will be working with this piece of black Moonstone. And if you're drawn to group number 3, we will be working with this Citrine. So I want you guys to take a deep breath. Think about this upcoming month of July and what is in store for you. What do you need to know about it? Pause the video if you need a little bit more time to select your pile. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp to take you to your chosen reading. See you there. Hello, group 1. If you all selected the pink Himalayan salt, this will be your message. So we're looking into energies ahead for you as we move into the next month of July. So let's start with your overall energy and see what you guys have in store. So we have the message of Gemini, cross-pollinate, and then we have heal the ouch. Okay, this is cute. Okay, so overall energy, you guys, this month, there is definitely something I feel that is getting better this month in your life. This has like a very literal kind of depiction to it, right? We can kind of see the little fox is sick. He has like the little headache bag on his head. We have the raccoon who's kind of like the healer, the nurse taking care of, or maybe the doctor taking care of the fox. So I think for some of you guys, this could be a month of like focusing on actually healing from something, maybe physically or mentally. Maybe it's like a lot of different things that you guys are doing to get better. You know, Gemini energy is all about communication and like networking and kind of getting out there and communicating, being curious about what's going on. So that could be a factor, something around communication, and maybe seeing like multiple different types of care providers. It could be flipped for some of you as well. Maybe you're the one that's doing the healing. But in a more like metaphorical sense, this card is really talking about like just healing from something, making something better in our lives, getting over something. It could have to do with things like forgiveness or moving on from something that hasn't been working for us. We're making it better, and the way we're making it better is through this Gemini energy of communication and networking and fact-finding as well. So let's continue, group 1. Kind of makes sense with the pink Himalayan salt because the pink Himalayan salt is protecting and purifying as well. So some of you guys are kind of welcoming in this energy of purification, renewal into your life this month. Let's see, group 1. What's happening in the month of July for group 1, please, Spirit? All right, so we've got the Three of Cups, and then we also have the Four of Wands coming through as well. There's definitely like something about getting better through people, right? This Three of Cups and this Four of Wands, it's both kind of showing me friendship energy. I feel like this month with Gemini, you guys could be getting out there, connecting with a lot of friends, really welcoming in some good times into your life. There's also wedding stuff depicted here as well. So maybe some of you guys are going to a wedding, attending a wedding, maybe you're in the wedding in some capacity. But both of these cards kind of talk about like friendship and community. And I feel as well with them both being Cups cards, we also have the Ace of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. There's like a theme of heart, like the heart space and love and emotion connected into your activities this month, group one. I see you spending a lot of time with friends, maybe family, people who you can really genuinely enjoy your time with. You know, with Gemini energy, you could be getting out and doing a lot of different fun activities this month, exploring different things that maybe you haven't done before. And I feel like a lot of this is helping you to kind of recover from whatever it is that's been causing problems for you in your life up until this point. Four of Wands can talk of stability as well. It can talk of celebration, weddings, like things of that nature, but it can also just talk about stability in the home, right? So I feel like a part of this month for you, group one, is maybe building community, right? Building community and stability around you, like through connections and relationships that you're fostering. Let's continue, group one. What else does group one need to know this month, Spirit, about their month of July? Look, as I'm shuffling the deck, we have community coming through. Yeah, it's like your community is helping you out in some way. Your community is helping you out. Okay, Spirit, what else for group one this month, please? We have walking away. Okay. And we have all tied up. Interesting. And then we have a strategy here at the bottom of the deck. So like part of this is whatever is keeping you guys, whatever it is that's bothering you, whatever is like the pain point in your life this month, I do think that it's kind of something that you feel sort of stuck in some capacity. But whoever you are communicating with and networking with are sort of like the key to getting you out of it. This could also be mental for some of you. Like maybe you feel more stuck than you actually are because of like self-limiting beliefs around this. And walking away kind of echoes that a little bit because this card really talks about being brave to kind of step out of our comfort zone, right? This person is leaving behind. You see, she was like behind these beautiful, like gilded gates with these beautiful flowers, right? She's leaving behind something that feels really comfortable and secure to kind of venture out towards change. And you can see here with these butterflies symbolize changes. So there's some sort of big change around like getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of the house, getting outside and connecting with other people who are fun to be around. And this is all part of you getting better and getting yourself unstuck from whatever the situation is. Okay, let's continue, group one. What else does group one need to know about their life this month, please, Spirit? Ooh. So we have a message of concern. And we have mature woman coming through as well. We also have high honor at the bottom of the deck. So it's kind of like an undertone of something maybe a little bit challenging, right? We do have a battle scene, but high honor talks about like overcoming the challenge, right? There's definitely something coming through this month, some sort of communication with Gemini and message of concern that you all may be receiving And it could be something that feels a little bit disconcerting, or maybe feels like something that is keeping you stuck, or it may require you to kind of explore, push you out of your comfort zone a little bit to look toward other options. But the mature woman, it's about you embodying this energy of wisdom and remaining grounded in the way that you're navigating the situation. The other thing that I see with the mature woman is this could be some form of support coming your way, right? Somebody in your life who's offering assistance and stability to you. Let me see something here. It could be also that this mature woman is the one coming in that's communicating this message of concern to some of you guys. Let me take a look at this message of concern, number 14 here. Let's see. So surprise message, disappointing news, a setback, definitely not what you wanted to hear. Could be, can't even be a small crisis or quarrel. You should reconsider your wishes and goals. This card warns you against delusions, disillusions, sad news, or the inconvenient truth. This may concern partnership in professional or money matters, trying to do better in the future. News arrives that's a little depressing. Alternately, it can be a minor illness or weakness. Yeah, it feels like there could be something about this concern that's connected to something to do with like your community, your friendships, or some sort of situation in which you guys have been very comfortable and stable for a while. I feel like part of you all healing from whatever the message of concern is getting out and focusing on your friendships and having fun. Right? So let's see. Group 1. What else, Spirit? And then we'll get into charms after these. Tell me a little bit more, please, Spirit, about what's happening for group 1 this month. What else do they need to know about this energy? Leap of faith, taking a risk, stepping into the beauty of the unknown. Yeah. Whatever news you guys are getting, it's pushing you out of a comfort zone here with walking away. It's pushing you towards some changes. We also have rest. Listen to your body, mentally and physically unwind. So that's part of this month as well, is like making sure that you are in tune with how you're feeling and listening to that. We also have apology, forgiveness through mutual understandings, which again, it makes sense with this healing of the ouch. So definitely seems this month, group 1, like there is some fun coming your way, but also some situation where you're getting news that's kind of pushing you out of a comfort zone. And it might feel like a little awkward, or it might feel like you're kind of stuck, or something that's kind of inconvenient to you. But this month is about kind of taking the steps to quote unquote heal the ouch. And I feel like connecting with your friends and your community is going to be really important to your support as well. So group 1, I'm going to clear our cards off of the table here, and we'll get into your charms next. All right, group 1, now we're going to take a look at your dice and your charms and just see what additional insights we can gain from your month of July and what's maybe ahead for you. Okay, so lots of stuff coming up with the home and family front just right off the bat. And this guy is coming over here with career. Let me pull just a few little charms. Group 1. All right. So let's take a look here. Let me get these situated. It's so funny we have the bee coming up here, because it's like that was coming through with Gemini as well. So bees are significant. All right. Let's see. I feel like some of you guys with like your finances, there's like an energy of teamwork and collaboration here. with other people. And maybe some really fortunate energy coming through as well with that 4-leaf clover. Something lucky, like maybe, again, it's something that you just kind of come on by chance. Bees have to do with teamwork and productivity. The clover has to do with luck and abundance. So it definitely seems like on the financial front, things are going well. And I would say with career, you know, with the water being here, this could be like some emotional connection to the work that you're doing that's earning you money. It's also kind of about going with the flow, right? So I feel like through going with the flow and just kind of taking things as they come, it's actually creating some sort of like financial abundance for you. But I feel like for some of you, there's something kind of like lucky that's happening with your finances. It could be something that's a little bit like maybe you weren't necessarily planning or expecting it. The elephant is so interesting coming up with the well-being section here, because this talks about community, which was coming through like super strong with Gemini energy, as well as all of these cards here, your tarot cards. So there's something about connecting with the right people this month. Maybe some of you guys are actually like joining a community that's centered around health and fitness or wellness in some capacity, whether it's like a spiritual kind of community or like a physical fitness, like a gym, something like that. But there's something to do with other people connected to your well-being this month. Maybe like your physical fitness as well. Then we come to the home and family section where you guys have a lot of energy. So we've got Aquarian energy, which kind of has to do with individuality, uniqueness, also has to do with friendships and community, right? The moon has to do with feelings and emotions. So maybe like fostering. And then we have a strawberry, which talks about kind of like new beginnings, like spring energy. So there's definitely like something to do with emotional connection to your community and the people around your home or your family. Maybe your family is kind of your community for some of you. And number 3 talks of creative expression, right? So some sort of creative expression around home and family, community. And it's also very much tied into your emotions and new beginnings with the strawberry. You guys also have new beginnings here with like spiritual stuff, with self. So we've got the new moon here, which definitely has to do with starting new intentions. So again, a lot of this stuff that's here, I feel is coming from you guys personally deciding like there are new habits or new behaviors or new things that you're working through. So new habits and behaviors like around home and family, maybe career and finances, maybe health and well-being as well for some of you. We do have a few charms here though that I want to dig into, because the skull and crossbones, this is talking about caution, so like red flags. The little moon and star talk about being adored, and the unicorn talks about things like kind of not being as it seems, like being in a fantasy land. So there could be like a new intention being set around like the way that you either perceive yourself or you kind of learning to better spot red flags. And instead of kind of like projecting whatever we wish to see onto someone else or situation, we listen to our intuition and look at it a little bit more objectively. I think that you guys are going to be finding yourselves like highly adored this month. It might feel like a new energy coming in where you have a lot of people admiring you, but I feel like Spirit is saying to proceed with caution and just make sure that you're seeing things clearly as for what they are versus projecting kind of like an image onto them that you wish them to be. It could be too that other people are doing this to you, group 1, where like other people are kind of putting you up on a pedestal or kind of like treating you as this like unique sort of unicorn figure, projecting fantasy onto you and things like that. So it's just something Spirit is saying be mindful of. And then finally, for your advice this month, we have this little safety pin, under your advice and guidance section. So this is talking about securing something or holding something down. So there's definitely like something about you guys focusing on security and stability, which makes a lot of sense with the Four of Wands. So focusing in on stability and security is going to be essential here. And I think that makes a lot of sense with you guys maybe potentially starting some new habits or setting some new intentions or some new beginnings. We want to make sure that whatever we're getting ourselves into is something that's going to be secure and stable for us. And that could be where some of that illusion is coming up as well with the little unicorn, right? Maybe we're seeing something not as clearly as we should. So looks like a pretty interesting month ahead at Group 1. Please comment below. Let me know what's been happening for you guys as we head into the month of July. What plans do you have? If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so that you'll be updated when I post the next reading. I'll see you there. Bye. Hey Group 2, and welcome to your message for the month of July. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what is going on for you all this month. So kicking us off, overall energy, we have Mercury. And then we also have the Sacred Pool. Ooh, this card is so beautiful. So I kind of feel for my Group 2 viewers, with the Sacred Pool energy, I do sense like this immense relaxation emanating from this card. Could be with Mercury being here, there's something about you guys like detaching mentally from a situation or spending time in a really beautiful space physically that helps you to stay more calm and tranquil. Because I feel for a lot of you that there is something that's like maybe weighing really heavy on your mind or something that you've been ruminating on or thinking a lot about coming into the month of July. And the Sacred Pool is talking about reflection, having a moment of self-reflection, and also being very mindful of your thoughts, because thoughts become things. I'm sure some of you have heard that saying before. And I've personally experienced that as well, where it's very true, where the way that you think about something impacts the way that you feel about it, which then impacts your action, which then impacts your outcome, right? We can't control everything in life, but we can control how we would like respond to it or how we're actually thinking about it and communicating about it with ourselves. And so I think the Sacred Pool is coming through to provide you all with a period of reflection around whatever this is, where you get to be a little bit more mindful about the way you're framing your thoughts around certain matters in your life, okay? But definitely feels like peace, tranquility, and relaxation are at the forefront for some of you this month. So let's continue. Tell us a little bit more, please, Spirit. What's happening for Group 2 this month? Some of you, I feel, could even be like spending some time by the water. Specifically, maybe you're going on a vacation or something like that, something where you can really unplug. Ooh. Okay, so we've got the Hierophant, and then we also have the Knight of Wands coming through as well. Kind of like, especially this Knight of Wands, very different energy to that calm Sacred Pool. Yeah, you see there's an undertone here with the Seven of Wands of feeling like maybe you have to really defend yourself or stand up for yourself or really stand your ground with something here. And I feel like this energy of exhaustion around it. Yeah, see, underneath of that, we also have the Emperor, and then we have the Five of Cups, which is from Jurassic Park. Like there's some situation I feel that you all may have been dealing with coming into this upcoming month where it's been a little disappointing, or you've been fearful, or just feel like there's this giant thing chasing after you. And the Emperor is about kind of like wanting boundaries and structure and control and things like that, wanting to be in control, and thus kind of standing your ground in order to maybe like protect yourself or stand up for what's right here. With the Hierophant card, there's something about communication through the proper channels that I'm getting, because the Hierophant is all about like structures, tradition, even thinking about like culture, right? Like, what's the company culture, or what is the culture of like my living environment that I'm in and the community that I'm belonging to? Could have to do with religious culture, things like that. So there's something with like communication, but doing it through sort of like what's like the cultural norm that you're in with whatever situation that you're in. I also think that this could be leaning into spirituality to support your healing and your being able to kind of decompress here, because she's like dressed up in like the Catholic outfit, right? So this is showing like more of a traditional like type of religion. It doesn't have to be specifically that for you unless you resonate with that. But I do think there's something about leaning into faith or leaning into spiritual practices or traditions that are helping you through this time. The Knight of Wands is also showing me kind of like a fun energy coming through for you this month too. Something about the situation happening quickly, which makes sense with Mercury too, because Mercury is a very fast moving energy, right? But the Knight of Wands is all about having fun in this instance. It's about quick, fast-moving energy, maybe even impulsivity. And I feel for some of you, there could be a need to kind of, because all of these cards, like especially these two, feel very tranquil and kind of like together for me. Whereas this card feels a little out of place when I'm looking at the three that are here. So I do think there could be something around you guys kind of like toning down any impulsivity and trying to kind of maybe present a more calm, collected front here. Let's continue. Group 2. Hopefully this is making sense. What's happening for Group 2 this month, please, Spirit? What else do we need to know about this situation? What else for Group 2, please, Spirit? We have the Angel of Strength. Yeah. So that's really interesting because that's talking about courage. And it's also talking about, you know, the Strength card in the tarot is about practicing self-restraint at times. And that's kind of what I'm getting with these two cards, with the Hierophant and the Knight of Wands. It's like there is all of this energy pooling here, but there's kind of a need to temper it through like understanding like the culture of who you're talking to or the organization that you're in. Like there's sort of a self-restraint element coming through here. Let's see. We also have community. So something to do with your community or a group that you belong to. But yeah, there's something about like this situation that has been, it's been hostile, which makes sense with the Seven of Wands coming up here. I don't know if it's been your energy or their energy or a little bit of both, where there's been some conflict here. I feel like the conflict is just coming from the fact that you guys are so smart. You're so intelligent and you probably know how things should be, and maybe they're not being done the way that you believe is best. But there's something here where like you guys feel maybe like a little like you need to confront something, or you're being taken advantage of in some way. Hence like the defensive sort of behavior that's been happening. Let me take a look at this Angel of Strength. Let's see what other... So this card talks about personal power and inner strength. This amazing angel brings the news that this is a time of increasing power for you. It's not the time to be passive or submissive, but to speak your truth and take action on your own behalf. You're capable of taking greater control and directing your own destiny for the power that comes from within reaches out to the universe and beyond. Inner strength and unlimited resourcefulness flow through you at this time, helping you to create real results. You know, this card can also be talking about resourcefulness too, you guys. Even though it's like deceit, it's like, it's sort of similar to the Seven of Swords, where we're talking about being self-serving and moving in silence to kind of be strategic and get your ducks in a row if you need to. One thing that I'm getting from this card, it's about being empowered to communicate, being empowered to speak your truth and act the truth. But I think the thing about this, where you're striking a balance this month, is leaning into, like we were saying, this energy of not being impulsive or hot-tempered. It's about channeling whatever you're frustrated about, because Knight of Wands can also be frustration and anger, right? It's not just like passion and chemistry. It could be that for some of you though. channeling this kind of impulsive energy through the proper presentation. Does that make sense? It's kind of annoying. It's almost giving me the energy of like having to play like office politics or just be very political in the way that you come across, right? Because you know that this is the way that's going to get you the best result. And it does have something to do with a group that you belong to, or maybe like a literal community as well. Let's see what else, Spirit, for group 2. What is this energy about for group 2? Okay. We have privileged lady. Yes. And we also have the main female coming through as well. And I do think that there's something about a significant partnership here. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to mean romantic. To me, when I'm reading courtship, it's almost giving me this energy of having to like communicate effectively to win someone over. And with the main female and the privileged lady coming through together, I feel like this is your energy, you, my viewer, or it could be the energy of whoever you need to win over, right? But this feminine energy is kind of like the star of the show here, whoever this person or these people are. You know, both of these women are sitting in a position of privilege and power in their respective timeline and respective society. So I think it's about using your influence, using your strength, using your wisdom and your resources here to win over whoever you need to win over. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit. We're going to do 2 of these cards and then we'll move into your charms, group 2. What else does group 2 need to know about this month? Look at this coming through as I'm shuffling the deck. That's so funny. All right, what else for my group 2 viewers, please, Spirit? Patience, manifestations are on the way. So that's where kind of like that practicing of restraint is coming, because the Knight of Wands, it's impulsive and it's not patient. So just know that, you know, again, thoughts become things. And the more we focus on the positive and the wins that we're gaining, the better we're going to feel, which is going to then impact our outcome, right? And what you guys are asking for is coming. We also have peace. Peace and contentment are coming to you. Makes a lot of sense with that sacred pool. It's like something that I feel you guys have been really craving heading into the month of July, and it is coming. It's on the way this month. You also have soulmate. The divine will provide you with love when you are ready. So there's something too about connections, connecting with people. Maybe some of you guys are kind of hoping for a romantic love or partnership this month as well. This could be a month where you're kind of preparing yourself for that. Maybe some of you guys are going on dates with courtship being here. But this is what I see so far, group 2. I'm going to clear these cards off the table and then we're going to move into your charms. All right, group 2. So now we're going to get into your dice and your charms to see what additional insights we can gain for your month ahead. So let's take a look. All right, so we've got Pluto coming into your career. We also have Leo energy, which makes sense with that Angel of Strength. We have the 8th house. We have the number 8. We have a little sword. Let's pull some charms here for group 2. What else, Spirit, does group 2 need to know about this upcoming month of July? All right, we're just going to clear off anything that didn't actually land on this board. Ooh, we have the X here. Maybe somebody's X is coming back. All right. I think one thing that I see here for some of you with regard to like your home life or your family, I feel like you're navigating toward more independent energy here. Something about you being more independent with regard to these matters. And with an X, it could be like your ex or something from the past. Maybe that was kind of like that soulmate partnership energy that was coming up. But I also think of like an X as like signing on the dotted line. Maybe some of you guys are in talks to purchase a home or something like that. With community coming through as well. That could be the case. That's like a big theme that I see here. It's interesting that this little sword is coming up here under the section with spirit and self, because the sword, it literally talks about belief systems. It's your thoughts and your communication, personal beliefs. So I think that makes a lot of sense with what we were getting with the sacred pool, because this was all about, examining your thoughts and your personal beliefs about things, understanding that thoughts become things. So I think you all are becoming much more aware of kind of like your mind and how your mind is framed, maybe around certain issues this month. You guys have the number 8 here under health and well-being, which can talk about success or achievement of goals. So some sort of goal or achievement that you're succeeding in this month is boosting your well-being. There could be some success in this area of life as well through hard work and determination. You all have the bells here under career and business, which also talks about communication or receiving news. And then you've got Pluto with Leo's energy. So I definitely see some big changes coming through here with career this month, because Pluto is all about transforming, deep transformation. Also, it's kind of like about digging deep and kind of like exposing or pulling up things that have been hidden from us, right? Things like this sometimes that may require our attention so that we can transform and embrace the next, path for us. With Leo being here, this is all about leadership, taking charge. It's about creativity. But it's really interesting that Leo came up when we had this angel of strength, because to me, this is very much the energy of Leo. It's about courageousness, confidence, not being afraid to speak your truth, not being afraid to step into the spotlight if need be to call attention to something. So this is all centered around the theme of career, and it's coming from some sort of news that you're getting. When I think of bells, I actually think of like happy, good news, but there is some sort of news that's coming up for career that's going to shift things for you this month. Now, you guys have some stuff going on with social life as well. So we've got the bee, which talks about teamwork and productivity. And then you also have the little teddy bear, which has to do with trauma, which is kind of interesting. So we had some stuff coming up for you all around community here in your social life. So there's some sort of like community energy that's really significant. Teamwork, getting things done through others. This may not necessarily have to do with social life per se, but it could just have to do with other groups of people. And I feel like this could be tied into whatever's going on with your business or whatever's going on with like your home and family situation, that you have shifts coming up this month. But there is still kind of this energy, like with the teddy bear, of something kind of beneath the surface when it comes to others that we are dealing with and mitigating through. Maybe some of you guys are like managing new people or leading a team or leading an effort of some sort as well. And part of this is going to be about dealing with whatever is in the dark. The 8th house as well kind of talks about that too, right? The 8th house are, the things that are kind of like taboo, or the things that we can't always see. It's that Scorpio energy, very similar to Pluto here. It talks about transformation and rebirth, right? And so we have this coming up with love and partnerships. So there could be some transformation here with love or partnerships, your approach to them. But also it's like transforming something about this. And again, it may not specifically be about romantic love, but it could just be about partnerships or people that you're working with, because the themes that are really highlighted this month are very career oriented, but you do also have some home stuff. But it's like the home stuff is more about you being independent. It could be that you're uncovering stuff about partnerships that are sort of navigating you towards a new fresh start of being more independent outside of a partner for some of you. So it looks really interesting, group 2. This is kind of what I'm getting for your energy this month. Comment below. Let me know what's been happening with you. What are your plans for the month of July? How does this message resonate? If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever I post the next message. And I look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hello, group 3, and welcome to your reading. So we're looking into what's ahead for you in the upcoming month of July, starting off with Tarot and Oracle, and then we'll be moving into Charms. So let's jump in and see what your overall energy looks like this month. So we have Dignified. Ooh, and then we have Follow the Leader. Okay, cool. First of all, with you guys picking this citrine crystal, this is such a beautiful crystal because it's really said to bring in optimism, positivity, and abundance into your life. So I definitely feel like this is a month with dignified energy here where you guys are feeling really abundant, or maybe you're expanding in some way that's really advantageous to you. Dignified is about recognizing your strengths, and it's about recognizing that you're in a very advantageous position at this particular moment in time within a specific situation. It's like you're able to see above confusion, or you've worked really hard to climb the ladder to get to a certain place. And I see you guys this month actually stepping into leadership energy where other people could be following you, or looking to you to kind of be the one to lead them through a situation, right? You could be the leader. It could also be that you guys are following behind someone else, but I kind of feel more so with this dignified energy that you're the one that is stepping into this position of power where you're inspiring others to follow you. So let's see. Let's look into the tarot, group 3. What else does pile 3 need to know about their upcoming month of July? What's happening for them? We have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. And we have the Seven of Cups. Very dreamy energy. We also have a King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, this is definitely that leadership energy, very like career-focused energy. Could be that you all are like a boss or a manager or a business owner or just someone in a position of authority that other people really look up to. And it's Cher. I mean, come on, like very fierce energy there coming through with her. When I'm looking at these tarot cards, I'm getting like kind of the sense that maybe this is something that's still kind of new for you all with this Page of Pentacles, and especially with the movie being Wish Upon a Star. You know, when I think of wishing upon a star, it's about like hopes and dreams. And the Page of Pentacles is about like taking those first steps toward learning how to make our hopes and dreams come true, right? So I feel like this month you guys could be like educating yourself or learning something that's kind of best positioning you to get to where you want to be. You could be in school for some of you, taking a class, or simply just kind of starting off on a new path that has to do with like your money, your material stuff, your career, your tangible kind of material life. And the Seven of Cups is very dreamy energy, right? It's very dreamy energy, which kind of connects with like this energy of wishing upon a star, really kind of thinking about your hopes and your dreams. And no idea is too crazy this month is what I kind of feel from that. Now, I will say the Seven of Cups can sometimes talk about confusion, right? It can talk about when we're kind of cloudy or fuzzy on what we're doing. But I kind of feel like you guys have achieved some level of clarity this month coming into the month of July, where maybe you felt kind of spread thin, or you've had like a lot of choices or options that you're going to be exploring or will be exploring this month. But ultimately with that Page of Pentacles, I feel like you're landing on one thing that you can start to pursue, if this makes sense. So let us continue. Group 3, what else, Spirit, does Group 3 need to know about this upcoming month of July? What else, Spirit, for Group 3 this month? We have appreciation, gratitude. Love that. We also have the World. Yeah, definitely a very expansive month for this group. It's like, I feel that the possibilities are really endless for you, group 3. Like, the world is definitely telling me that you are expanding and you're looking out, and with that 7 of Cups, there are a lot of paths, there are a lot of options that you can take. I feel like whatever you guys are landing on is just the very beginning of you really calling in the world, like calling in a high level of abundance and freedom for yourself. And the appreciation is really beautiful because this is all about kind of being like gratitude, like in deep gratitude for where you're at on the path, where you're at in the present moment in your journey, and remaining optimistic that things are going to pan out the way that they're supposed to for you, right? Because if we look at this card, it's not necessarily a perfect scene, right? There are a lot of dead flowers, dead plants all around her, yet she's choosing to focus on the plants that are in bloom, this beautiful flower that she has. And so it's about noticing those positive things, being appreciative for where we're at, being appreciative for what we have, even if it's not quite as lavish or lush, or it's not quite where we want to be yet. We're starting to see that progress and feel very hopeful and optimistic about what's to come. Okay, so let's continue. Group 3. What else, Spirit? What does Group 3 need to know about their upcoming month of July? We have high honor, so some sort of achievement through hard work is coming to you, group 3. What else? Okay, and then we also have adjudication, so decisions, choices being made. You could be waiting on some sort of choice to be made or waiting on some sort of decision as well. We also have journey. So there's something here about travel or movement. Maybe you guys are planning your next move, planning to relocate somewhere. Adjudication is definitely giving me this energy of like waiting on a decision or waiting on some sort of matter to be settled or resolved here. But with high honor coming up, I feel like this is really good because whatever it is, it's a battle, but whatever it is, it's like you're winning the battle. You're getting some sort of well-deserved recognition here. And it's moving in your favor. And even though you might not get everything you want, with appreciation, you're grateful for what you are getting. So let's continue. Group 3. We have divine timing. Everything has a higher purpose. Beautiful. And we have ask your angels. Seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. This is interesting, you know, because you guys also had the 7th chakra coming up here at the bottom of the deck, which is all about like, it's our crown chakra. It's our portal to source. It's our connection to source, our connection to spirit. I think that for this group, this month could also be a month where you're tapping into your spiritual side for guidance, right? Maybe if you like to pray, you're praying. If you connect to your spirit guide, you're getting guidance from your spirit guides. Maybe getting some sort of like a psychic or like divination type of reading, but there's something about you really tapping into the spirit realm, your higher self, spirituality to provide answers to you. And also, like, when I think of this card, I think of manifestation with this one as well, divine timing and ask your angels, because to me, this is really speaking to you striking that balance, like we talk about, like striking that balance with your manifestation and your goal around aligning myself through the action needed to show the universe, lead the universe to show them what I want. But then I also need to make sure that I'm leaning back and observing all of the ways that the universe is supporting me. It's like we're working together. And this is not necessarily something that's going to happen overnight. It may be slower with the Page of Pentacles, but it's coming together in divine timing. And I do feel there's a lot of positive, optimistic energy around this for you, Group 3, because of this dignified energy. You're really in a very good position this month to be going after whatever it is that you're going after. So I think, again, it's like it's striking that balance, telling the universe, hey, this is what I want, but showing them through your actions, but then also leaning back and let the universe deliver to you, because you don't have to do it alone. So Group 3, let me clear these cards off and then we'll look at your charms. All right, group number 3. So let's look at your dice and your charms and see what additional insights we can get for you about the month of July. Ooh, lots of financial stuff coming up for you. Let's see. Let's get everything positioned here. Look at this Saturn coming up. All right, let me pull a few charms for group 3. What else, Spirit, does group 3 need to know about the upcoming month of July? All right. I think this is meant to go right here. Could be something, like, I feel like it's more coming over to this side, to be honest with you. So we're going to pop it over there. All right, so we have a lot going on here. Pretty much all the dice, all the dice landed here for you guys. So let me, I want to start with finances and wealth, because I feel like that is like the area that we seem to have a lot of energy, a lot of change with that 5 coming through. Number 5 talks about adventure, seeking something new. 5s can also talk about challenges that lead us to make necessary changes. So that kind of makes sense with the Page of Pentacles that you all had with your tarot, right? Like there's definitely something new financially that you all may be working towards this month. And those little hands are Gemini energy. Okay. So Gemini, it's about communication. It's about curiosity. It's about kind of exploring and researching new paths. It kind of makes sense with that Page of Pentacles and that 7 of Cups, right? Looking at alternate solutions and then grounding yourself in something that aligns. Definitely seems with the second house being here that your finances and your resources, like your tangible possessions, are of significance. So when it comes to your finances, I definitely see some changes that you're moving through this month, through communication and networking and exploration. It could even come through community as well. There's something new or something closing out here with career this month as well. Some sort of achievement, some sort of accomplishment. Again, I think that this makes a lot of sense with like that adjudication energy. Like something is coming to a close. Something is being decided on. We have that leadership energy as well, and the world, right? The world is about like getting ready to embrace a new chapter and expansion, right? So there's something here that you're kind of closing out in terms of a career cycle that is significant. So we have some stuff happening here as well with health and well-being, as well as home and family. We have the little wand here. This is like the Ace of Wands. This can talk about the ego, spirituality, and creativity. Can also talk about taking action as well, or something really exciting that's going on with regard to your home and family life. Maybe getting more creative in this area, a new exciting start with this area as well. I kind of feel for some of you, there could be something with, with this representing the ego. I'm wondering if there's something financial connected to like the home and family stuff as well for you to be reflecting on for some of you. Something that maybe needs to be released regarding like attachment to what something looks like, because it definitely seems like there's a shift, a change here where you're working towards something with finances and wealth. But I'm wondering if it's like literally tied to like property or like the way things look on the outside, maybe for some of you. With this area of life, your health and well-being, I actually see you unlocking some sort of new insight with the key and kind of making new promises to yourself, some sort of commitment right? Like I think of this is a diamond, like an engagement ring almost. So some of you guys are committing to maybe like a new habit, a new routine, something new in this area of life, which is unlocking some sort of new insight for you. You guys have this little moon and star, which have to do with being adored. And then you have the button, which talks about like pushing through or kind of like securing something. So I feel like Spirit is saying continue to remain secure in yourself. Like, I don't know why I'm getting for some of you guys, there could be some like financial challenges. Maybe you feel a little insecure about like the amount you have or don't have, because the second house, it does talk about like our money and our possessions and resources, but it also can talk about like self-worth. Like, how is our self-worth kind of connected to those things? And I do feel like there's something here about that is coming through for you this month. So the button is kind of saying like you're finding ways this month to stay secured, to secure the bag, or to remain secure in yourself, you know, despite any challenges or changes that you're faced with here. You also have the ability to be secure, right? Like, I think this is really about having confidence in yourself, trusting in yourself, you know, that you have like the willpower and the strength and the skill to get where you need to be, because this little moon and star talks about being adored. People adore you this month, you guys. People really look to you and put you up on a pedestal. Maybe that can cause a little bit of pressure at times, because maybe you guys feel like you don't always live up to where people are placing you. But the point is like, I think there are a lot of people who have faith in you. You have the swan here under your social life and others. This talks about loyalty. I feel like there are a lot of loyal people around you that literally follow you, or maybe they live near you, or they're part of your work community, something like that, part of your social network, who really adore you and have a lot of faith in you. So I think this button is about remaining secure with yourself and seeing and believing that, you know, you can lead yourself and be empowered in this situation. With your advice, we do have Saturn. So Saturn is about structure, stability, restrictions, right? So there's like kind of this call to responsibility this month, which again, it makes a lot of sense with this King of Pentacles, right? Needing to be responsible and maybe a little bit strict with yourself, right? But I feel like kind of the cool thing about Saturn is it's sort of like that disciplined, like daddy energy, the dad that comes in and it's like, this is for your own good. It might feel limiting. It might feel like you're restricting yourself, but this is to make you better for the long run. This is to help you kind of get where you want to be. I feel like you guys are going to be like maybe feeling a bit restricted with finances, but not necessarily in a bad way. I feel like it's more about you implementing some sort of structure and some sort of accountability and responsibility to yourself, because you know that it's going to get you to a better space in the future. It's going to get you more toward a goal. Maybe this is like the idea that you guys are having, like buying a home or something, or starting a family, but we need resources first to be able to get there. And so we're shaking things up in this area this month so that you can get there more quickly. So this is really cool, Group 3. This is what I see for your month of July. Comment below. Let me know what you guys have been planning, what is going on in your life. And if you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated once I post the next reading. And I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.